Because you're right. That's going to be an problem for ogres. Is that a lot of those really garbage tier units are going to get way too much value against ogres. God, I hate those fireballs.
In the name of Hades.
I summon you.
You mind your own business, Chaos. Thanks for the stretch. Hey, Legend! Can't wait for whatever this next DLC will be. It's probably Wood Elves and Skaven, but I'm really, really excited to find out for sure. Ugh. This DLC has taken so long, though. Like, I'm really excited to see what it's gonna be, but man, I hope it's been worth the wait. Sure, let's do Chaos.
I can take it.
Oh, hydrate.
In the name of Hades.
COVID messed up production? That's likely, yeah.
How circumspect of you.
It's also good to see that this does pretty much 100% confirm that the Everchosen is going to be using the new stuff. Like, there's no way Everchosen's not going to use the new stuff. Because generally the way this goes is that they announce the DLC, and then for about, I don't know, like, you know, it's usually about 2 weeks before release is average for a DLC. And with 2 weeks before release, I mean,
That's what you get.
you're going to have the Everchosen during that, which is definitely going to show off the new content. And of course, all of the content creators are going to be getting access to show everything off. Which is going to be awesome. Like, man, I'm so excited for how busy everything's about to get. This year has been so slow. And there's been, like, so little to do from a Warhammer side of things a lot of the time. But now, like, everything's happening at once, dude. I'm gonna have to be dealing with... We're gonna have to deal with this DLC is gonna, like, devour the next 2 weeks, and then, like, another 2 weeks after that. And then the new Dwarf Career for Vermintide's supposed to come out this month. And then, the new Chaos Waste DLC for Vermintide, like the whole new area, new story, is supposed to come out sometime between December and January this year. Like, Jesus, we are about to get blasted here at the end of the year. I feel like every single company is like, oh, we got delayed because of COVID, so we're just gonna, like, put all of our shit at the end of the year. Which is gonna make, like, the competition for time horrible. It's gonna be a mess.
I can use
Like,
this.
it's a good problem to have, but it's like, man, I really wish it had been spread out across, like, the fall, at least. A little better.
Let's break some hearts.
Because, I mean, this isn't gonna change anytime soon, you know? I mean, frickin', the virus isn't going anywhere for a while. I mean, it's worse now than it's been since it started. So, like, you know, we're not, like, near the end of this or anything. Like, this is just life for us for a long time still. So, hopefully, I'm really hoping a lot of these companies are learning to balance their time better. Because I don't want just everyone releasing all their garbage at the same time. Like, sweet lord. We draw closer to a vaccine? Yeah, if you can get people to take it. What are you gonna do when all those anti-maskers turn into anti-vaxxers, dude? Like, if we don't have, like, a massive amount of people taking the vaccine, it's not really gonna matter, is it?
Achilles, help.
Come on, Pat. Ready here.
Come on, Pat! Jesus Christ.
Cheers.
Like, I'm not trying to be a bummer. I'm just pointing out the vaccine is not going to magically solve all of our problems. Come over here. Come here. Come here, Lerny. Get your flying ass over here, dude. Stop it.
I'm out.
Sounds like America problems to me. That's fair.
Chatting with you, Lerny dear.
Might not be a problem where y'all are at. It's true. It's true. I hope y'all aren't having that problem. I'm sick of it. Do you think Lerny likes doing its job? I think Lerny's kind of more like a wild animal. I don't think Lerny really thinks that it's doing a job. It's just kind of there. You're like walking into its house and smacking it. Lerny's just trying to do what Lerny does best, which is eat people. And you're just kind of walking in there making life hard for it.
Champions of Elysium, I've returned.
Anyway, let's get back to happier subjects.
I'm rich.
But, God, dude, I'm so excited to see what the trailer's gonna be. The last trailer was so good and, like, so high quality. Like, you know, it told such a beautiful, awesome story in only, like, a matter of, what, like 3 minutes? I'm really curious how they're gonna, tell the story of whoever we're gonna see fighting. Yeah, you stay over there. Oh, jeez. And there's so much content coming in this thing too. Like, we know there's a free LC Lord, which is probably Dreicha because of that stupid pun that they put out. And then, you know, you're gonna get the 2 Lords that are, of course, in the Lord pack. And I think there's also, like, another free unit or something. I haven't looked at the thing in a hot while. Wow, the reach on that was absolute bull. I need to stop shouting. I just realized I'm shouting because I'm excited, but I need to stop. It's not healthy for my vocal cords. Yeah, I saw they updated the free LC map. I don't think the free LC map is going past this DLC. Like, it's not really telling us, like, the overall future. I think it's literally just telling us, like, what's coming out.
I'll run you through.
If it's Drreicha, you should probably protest by leaping. Also, Bishop of Cheddar, thanks so much for continuing your sub. I really appreciate it, by the way. I love the support. Thank you.
There.
Chuck.
Not now. The curse of chaos has been lifted.
Stop it! Stop making puns. Nobody likes you. God, Vayne, where's my new emotes? Swear that boy's gonna get in trouble with me. I don't know what he's doing, but he is taking forever. I don't mean that. Vane, if you tune in, you take all the time you need, dude. I'm just... I'm memeing, just to be clear. I hate all of you. I just want to make that clear. Redeem Lorfac. Who is Dreicha? I have a great video on that you can go watch. I have Dreicha's entire lore story out on YouTube as a video. But to TLDR it...
I'm always here, or close enough, to help you through whatever troubles you may face, my little godling. So do not hesitate to call upon me,
But to TLDR it, Dreicha is basically one of the more ancient spirits in Athel Loren.
Shall be waged here, no matter what, my kin. But even still, I am dismayed you would have sided against me.
And the thing about Drreicha is that she is one of the oldest Briar. She's one of the oldest Briar maidens in Athel Loren. So she is a super duper 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 old forest spirit who's been around for a really really long time. And her thing is that she's always been a little suspicious of the Wood Elves. When the pact was first made between the Wood Elves and Athel Loren to basically allow them in and allow them to be part of the forest, there were some forest spirits, Drreicha being one of them, who didn't trust them. You know, Drreicha was kind of like, I don't know, dude, like, every time we let blooded life, you know, anything that's not a forest spirit, into Athel Loren, bad things happen. You know, they take advantage of the forest, they take advantage of our resources, all this stuff. So I don't really trust these guys. But eventually, Dreicha, you know, Dreicha was like, okay, Adenhu, who was, so after the, man, I'm trying to keep this succinct. Okay, TLDR, Dreicha is a really powerful forest spirit. She's not like Durthu level powerful, but she's very powerful. She did not trust the Wood Elves when they came in, but eventually she didn't trust them, but she tolerated them. And then, unfortunately, she was kind of right, and the Wood Elves goofed up.
Your slight against me is already forgotten, for I was more than pleased to witness such a monstrous show of force.
But she,
The will to fight.
you know, she wasn't 100% sure on the Wood Elves. She was kind of dubious about them, and unfortunately she ended up being right. The Wood Elves, after they bound themselves to the forest, they ended up kind of accidentally inviting in a lot of horrible monsters and enemies to the forest because they were arrogant, generally, especially Ariel. Ariel goofed up a lot and attracted many enemies to the forest. The most prominent of which being Morger, the Corruptor, who's like the ultimate bad guy to the Wood Elves. And it all kind of came to a head for Dreicha when they fought this really big, really nasty war against Morger. And it built up to, they killed Morger. They finally brought him down. But unfortunately, he died in Dreicha's personal grove. So the forest, or the tree, which was called a Diavok, which is the ancient tree that Dreicha had tended to and protected for thousands of years. I mean, thousands and thousands of years. It died. It was corrupted because Morger's blood was spilt at its base. And when it absorbed Morger's blood, it completely corrupted the tree into like a nightmarish parody of what it once was. So basically, Dreicha's purpose in this world was completely distorted and annihilated by actions that the Wood Elves took to cause Morger to turn his attention upon the forest in the first place. And Dreicha has never forgiven them for this. Dreicha has forever sought to... She believes that if the Wood Elves are not destroyed, if the Wood Elves are not removed from Athel Loren, that the forest will die. So Drreicha is doing everything in her power to find a way to destroy the Wood Elves or remove them from their pact with Athel Loren so that Athel Loren can go back to being purely governed by the forest spirits and no longer have the elves inviting doom upon it. But she's crazy. Like, just to be clear, while Dreicha's rage with the Wood Elves is totally justified, what she's trying to do is pure madness. And she is trying to do things that, if she were to succeed, would result in the destruction of Athel Loren, not just the destruction of the Wood Elves. But she's too blinded by her hate to realize that. Drreicha is too far gone. Like, she is so angry and so filled with rage and hate that she can't...
Achilles, the bull of Minos.
She can't see past her own hate anymore.
Fight on, stranger.
All she sees is red, essentially. Like, one thing that Drreicha is really famous for is that she very, very rarely talks to people anymore, because she just kind of wanders around. But what she's actually always speaking. But what she's always talking about is that she's always muttering under her breath the list of forest spirits who have died in defense of Athel Loren because of something the elves did. So, like, they died to, like, Morger, or died because they got infected with madness, or got sealed away in the Wildwood for trying to turn against the Wood Elves. Like, and it's literally an endless list. Like, Drreicha will never reach the end of her list. And she's obsessed with that. Her and the dwarves actually do have a lot in common. They absolutely hate each other, but Drreicha and the dwarves have a lot in common. But yeah, Drreicha is one of the biggest villains for the Wood Elves. Like, she's part of their roster technically, but Drreicha is part of the Wood Elf roster, like Archon the Black is part of the Tomb King's roster. Like, they're kind of ultimate enemies.
A warm-up for later. Hello, Lord Ares.
Dude, Drreicha in Age of Sigmar is, like, nightmarish. Like, she literally has, like, a mecha suit now. And it shoots bees, or it shoots wasps at you. Like, she has weaponized wasps. Which is terrifying.
Stranger.
Here you go!
I don't see that last bottle of Ambrosia anywhere, which I can only take to mean you need another. Here, sir. Thanks for seeing me through all of this, time after time.
You're thanking me, stranger. I've been here for some time, I think, and yet some of your customs, I'll admit, remain quite strange to me. You've done more for me than I've any right to expect from anyone.
It's just a bottle of Ambrosia, sir. It's really no big deal. Okay, fine, it's rather difficult to come by, but still.
You jest, but I do not. I'd offer you my lifelong gratitude, but, well, you know.
You've got the rest of your life ahead of you as far as I'm concerned. Here's to starting anew, right? You can call me Zagreus, or Stranger, whatever suits you.
And I'm Patroclus, by the way. I'm realizing now we've not officially met. It's good to know you, Zagreus. Stranger.
Ah, he finally called us Zagreus. We only had to max out our bond with him.
It's good to see you again, stranger. You don't mind if I keep calling you that, no? Couldn't find a better nickname for you, after all. Besides, I don't want to cause you any trouble.
Don't mind at all, Patroclus, sir. Come
Hey,
from you,
CJ.
I consider it a term of endearment.
You have my thanks for that.
I should note, though, for anyone wondering, the Dreicha in AOS is somewhat different than the Dreicha in So the Dreicha in AOS is Dreicha Hamadreth, I think is her full name. She is a slightly different entity than the AOS version, because the one in, than the fantasy version. Because the one in AOS is Alariel's daughter, which, you know, pretty much all of the forest spirits were created by Alariel in AOS. I'll scratch that. All of them were created by her. But it's not the actual Dreicha. It's more like a memory of Dreicha. But she doesn't hate Alariel. She's scary and not a good person to be around if you're not a Sylvaneth. But if I recall correctly, she doesn't hate Alariel. Which the one in Warhammer Fantasy, the Drreicha in Warhammer Fantasy hates elves, like, or anything that's not a spirit. Like, she hates Ariel, she hates Orion, she hates she hates everything. And she will actively fight anybody that gets in her way. Like, Dreicha has no issue going up against, like, Durthu. From, like, a political perspective. Obviously, that probably would not be a good fight for Dreicha. But Dreicha is, like, she's like, whatever, I don't care. I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm going to put you down. Hey, Heroical Heretic.
Feeling tough.
Okay, I think we've got plenty of health considering what this thing does. So let's do Palm. Well, Bishop of Cheddar, we don't know if the map would go that far east, is kind of the thing. Like, if they're gonna have Cathayan, they're gonna move the map that far east. If they're not gonna have Cathayan, then the map just won't go that far. I don't think they would add in the region and not have them as playable.
That one's rearming.
They have to have Cathay? Well, they don't have to, but it'd be nice if they did. I could easily see them not doing Cathay if they don't want to.
I'm empty.
Do I think there will be a Nippon if they add Cathay? Maybe. I have no idea. I do not have any idea what we might see from, like, the eastern side of the map. It's a total crapshoot, as far as I'm concerned. Like, there's not really a lore precedent for any of it. You know, Cathay is probably one of the least explored... Excuse me. One of the least explored ideas within Warhammer Fantasy. But it's more explored than, like, Nippon. What about halflings, though? Well, halflings aren't really a battle race, is kind of the issue. A heroic doom? Sure, I'll take that.
Lady Demeter won't mind.
What Lady Demeter don't know can't hurt her.
He returns. Come, Hellspawn, and get destroyed by the two greatest fighters in Elysium.
wish I could have a chariot. That'd be cool. Achilles!
Theseus causing trouble now?
These warriors again! You blockhead! By my honor and the gods, you shall soon be destroyed! No, Asterius!
You and me, king.
Suffer, fiend! Clean it. I shall get you for this! Gods, grant me your power! Lost! You blackhead!
That's one champion unseated.
How do we know the trailer drops tomorrow? That's just standard for Creative Assembly. Creative Assembly always reveals a unless it's a mainline game, they always will drop the trailer the day after a teaser, and then almost always, pretty much always,
Must I send Cerberus to block your path again?
a DLC will then come out 2 weeks after that. Have I fought Chariot Theseus yet? I have. I just killed him. Welcome, by the way. I'm pretty much done with this game. I've unlocked all the features, and I have fought every type of enemy. I'm just kind of cleaning up some of the conversational things and completing my codex. Completing my codex is what I'm spending most of my time. Yes, we've done the epilogue. Uh-huh. But I have completionist syndrome, so I really want to, like, finish my codex. Yeah, I really hope Warhammer the Old World is not just, like, everything we've already seen, but, like, just brought back. I really hope they, are willing to, like, do some new stuff with it, you know?